So one thing about me is I'm really a fan of decorating slowly, not just going to the store whenever you move to buy whatever happens to be there to fill the space. That's not the type of aesthetic I like to go for. I think that's really unsustainable. I think that's what leads to people feeling the need to like change their decor all the time, because it's not really true to you if you're just going to the store and buying whatever happens to be at Target at the time. So I didn't do that in this room, which this room is my office, and you might be familiar with this background specifically because I've been filming a lot of my videos right here. If you didn't already know that this is my usual background, then you might be new here, and I encourage you to hit the subscribe button, because on this channel we talk about how to be more friendly to the environment and largely consuming less, living a more slow life that isn't so determined by scrolling and shopping. But the reason I'm telling you that this is my usual filming setup is because I film right in front of this, and this decoration was put here probably 2 years ago now. It was part of my DIY birthday decorations that I made for myself. And when we moved in, there's actually like anchors and screws in that wall because they must have had something hanging there before we bought this house. And because I decorate slow, I wasn't ready to put anything on this wall. I had no idea what I wanted to do at the time. And I figured the alternative to the cardboard being on the wall was just to be able to see the holes in the wall. I thought it was fine, kinda. But then I got this comment. When I knew it was time. I have been curating the stuff I wanted to put on this wall for like the almost 3 years we have lived here, and I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna look. I'm not sure it's gonna be perfect, but I know it will be better than this, and we won't get any comments like this again. So without further ado, I want to show you how I am going to curate this room in a way that is slow, intentional, mostly secondhand, and overall an aesthetic that is not just trendy, so that I don't feel the need to constantly evolve it over time. Something that is true to myself. At least that's what I hope to show you.
Is that straight?
This one is stunning. Yes!
Are you straight?
Straightest thing in this house. Now, since I got into sewing this year, this room has transformed into my office / crafting room, because the lighting in here is actually so much better than my room upstairs that I used for crafting before this. My goals is to make it to where my craft supplies don't just look like they exploded in here, because right now that's kind of the vibe that is going on. And the second goal is to make it easy to get to my work equipment so that I don't feel overwhelmed when I am ready to film a video. That happens to me really often. I get very overwhelmed just by the setup of it all. And the biggest overall goal of today is to set up some kind of gallery-ish wall on this wall so that the background you're looking at doesn't look like that. And a lot of the things I've been curating for that wall have just been sitting up here on the mantle. I don't want to spend too long telling you all the things that I bought with the intention of putting them on the wall, but I will show you some of them and point out some of my favorites, and if any of them have a really unique story. But for the most part, a lot of these fiber art pieces came from my secondhand craft store, and I do still need to find frames for some of them. This one's really cool, and I have been looking for frames at the thrift store. I've gotten some, but not any that are perfect for this, so I even ended up going to a frame store in town, and they didn't have that exact dimension. I think it's 11 by 11 when I measured it, but I did find some good frames. We're gonna take that out of there and just use the frame. Some of this stuff I made myself, like this. This is not done. There's a really cool place in town where you can just go in and do mosaic. You could just buy a piece, and then they said I could come back and finish it, and I'm actually really proud of this one. It's got lots of butterflies. Of course, would it be a wall for me without butterflies? I love a fiber art. You know what I mean? And then the infamous bird clock. I did buy this for this arrangement, and I just haven't put it up yet. It's been sitting on the mantle. If you watch my videos, you've heard this go off in the background several times. Now it's gonna be in the video with us. This one is stunning. The frame is so pretty. And I guess we'll have to go thrifting this week to actually get some more frames for these beautiful pieces that someone put a lot of work into and then just donated to my secondhand craft store. It's crazy. This one too. This one's stunning. My neighbor and I were trying to iron it out. You can see it has some creases in it. Honestly, I don't care. It's still so cool. But we've steamed it, we ironed it, we tried to stretch it, we couldn't get like creases in there out, and we think that maybe that's why someone donated it, because they were just so frustrated. But I think it's stunning. This is the frame I'm hoping to put that one into. I just have to pull the art out of this one. Now, the only piece of everything that I have to put on this wall that I did not buy secondhand, that I was gifted, but it was bought, I think, new, is this. And this is iconic, okay? I gotta be careful not to let the trees fall out. This is a map of the national parks, and basically they each have a tree to mark where they are, and when you've been to one, we turn it green. So the green ones are all the ones we've been to, and if you see the tree and it's brown, we haven't been to that national park. And it even has our names on the bottom. I was gifted this as a housewarming gift, so since we've lived here, which is almost 3 years now, we're finally gonna hang it up. Now, one thing I don't need to change, and I'm really grateful for, is the mattress on my bed. It's by Birch Living, and I replaced this mattress at the beginning of this year. I told the whole story, which is a little bit ridiculous, admittedly, but the mattress that used to be here, we moved upstairs for Tippy to use as his bed in our room, and I replaced this mattress, and I love it so much. I use it every single day. The reason I chose to go with them is because Birch Living makes organic, non-toxic mattresses crafted with sustainably sourced materials like natural latex and organic cotton. But it's also great for when my parents visit, because my dad can't be going up and down the stairs so much, so he sleeps here when they visit, and I really needed to have a bed downstairs for that. And it's safe and hypoallergenic for my asthmatic cat. I've said that so many times. My cat takes an inhaler, and it's important for me that everything in the house is safe for him. And as I was just explaining with all of the things that we're gonna put on this wall, I prefer to buy things secondhand, but mattresses are something that you don't buy secondhand. So I think it's really important to choose one that is better for the planet. That's why I love Birch Living. Plus, if you saw the video where I set this one up, you saw it's delivered straight to your door in a box, which makes setup so easy. I thought for sure it would be a nightmare, but turns out, sweet dreams. Pun intended. Plus, if you go with Birch, you get a 100-night sleep trial to make sure you love it. And it will come straight to you with free shipping. Plus, if you use my link at the top of my description with the little discount code, all the better. You get one of the best mattresses plus a discount. And a huge shout out to Birch Living for making my office space functional and comfy, especially since this is gonna be my new filming setup once we get the skid marks off the wall. Here goes nothing. You see what I mean? Like, if you didn't already have something planned for that wall, it's either those cardboard waves or giant holes. They're like actual holes. I need a measuring tape, actually, not my sewing measuring tape. Okay, actually, I just realized that basically that wall is as wide as the floor is here. So I don't need to measure it. It's like a rough thing. And then from top to bottom, I can measure that with my tape. Because, you know why? Because the measuring tape, the long one that like retracts, is outside in the garage, and it's like 100 degrees out there. So I'm not going out there. We're not gonna go above this probably. So we just need this. And that is 50. Whoa. Whoa. So this whole area of the floor is what we have to work with. It's roughly similar to the area on the wall. Basically from where that is 50 inches and this is 60. So we're good to basically use this whole area all the way over to the fireplace. We're gonna fill this area with everything. Lay it out, see what we think. This honestly takes up a huge part of the whole thing. This is like my favorite thing. We don't even really have room for this. We'll put this on this side, like high up here. This has to be here. Probably up there is good, huh? Straight. Tell me it's straight. Tell me it's straight. It's good. It's good. Nice, okay. Is that straight? Now, I think in the spirit of decorating slowly and making things more to your style and also just being more creative, I'm really trying to embrace more creativity in my life because I really think humans, at least especially in the US with our super consumer-centric culture, have really given up creativity and community for consumerism. It's kind of my whole big realization I've had over the last couple of years is I want to convince people to give up consumerism for more creativity and community. But in today's video, obviously we're focusing on the creativity part. This is a flower press. I found it at my secondhand craft store probably over a year ago. I've only done like 2 sessions of pressing in here. I did them and then I didn't really know what I wanted to do with them, but I think that the gallery wall would look really, really cute with some pressed flowers. Cutie! These all came from my front yard, by the way. Oh my God! So this is called Bee Balm. Let's see what else we got. Oh my God! These are rock roses, the bigger, rounder ones, and then this one is something that and I planted those in my yard, but this one is something that just showed up, and it's called, it's like a morning glory. Looks like if I just kind of fold the paper, it's coming off easier. Yes. I got one. I can't remember. I pressed these like a full year ago, so I don't fully remember which ones I did. No! There's a dandelion and it's so cute! So that we can put up a shelf for my fabrics. This is my current sewing project. I gave these away at my first meet and greet I ever did. We played bingo, kinda. It was just so people had something cute to take. This is the Us Weekly print article I was in. I was like, why is it in this? Look at me. Cute. I think that's good, but then what about the second one? It'll be higher. So hold it above the shelf. See where the shelf, the next shelf is? It needs to be like above that, equidistant from where that one was. Higher. Perfect kitty right there. Madison's going to grab the pre-drill thing. Actually, okay, do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the pre-drill bits? Like when you use this to drill in the screw, but you have to put like these other drill bits in to like pre-drill holes. And I feel like those are not common to have. We have them because we do a lot of projects ourselves, but like who, do you have those at your house? Let me know. These, do you have these at your house? Because when instructions just tell you to do this, I'm like, who just has this laying around? Doesn't that seem massive? That's a big hole.
And that's all it says to use, so.
Oh my God.
Get it.
He's playing with one of Madison's threads.
Half of the dread.
Oh. Did he get you? Ow! He's like, what happened? I thought we were playing. Did you get her? Don't get me. I don't want to mess with him. about me and making more vloggy style type videos on this channel is I will be yapping. I will be talking about things that I just need to vent about, particularly it seems about comments I've gotten or sentiments I've seen on social media over on the other platforms where information is dialed down so small that it's just not good for the way I process information. I've been talking about the way that seasons are defined by nature and not by consumerism, essentially. Because I don't know if you've noticed or if this is just like my part of the world, because I live in Texas and it's miserable and no one likes summer and everyone's hoping for fall to be here. So the conversation around this time of year naturally is like, when is fall? When do the holidays start? You know, that kind of thing. And like, we know I love context. So the full context is that my sister posted some rant about, if you don't think it's fall already, you're not fun, and I get to wear fall themed clothes and earrings because it's fall on my side of the internet, or whatever she was saying, I don't know. And I decided to make my own video essentially saying the opposite of that, which is that seasons are defined by nature, not by whatever corporations are selling. It's literally the sentiment I posted. And the comments, some comments are like, don't think like this, you buying, you know, that decor, that candle, that whatever isn't hurting anyone. And oh my god, I just hate it because there's so much more context to like every part of that conversation. But most importantly, this conversation, especially of people with privilege buying things for no reason other than a moment of like joy. Okay, joy is a valid thing to seek. But like, if we're seeking it in consumerism, which is literally the driving force for every environmental issue on the planet. No, your actions do, in fact, impact other people while you're living on a shared planet. And especially in the US, where we are so individualistic with a mindset like that, like what I do has nothing to do with you, like that's just not true. And in the most consumer-centric population on the planet, we consume so much in the United States, and our silly little joys indeed are causing problems for people all around the globe. Indeed, that is the case. Indeed, you might not think your silly little candle is doing that, but on a scale with all Americans, that is indeed what's happening. Why did I start this conversation with that, you might ask? Because I want to sort all of these fabrics into like color stories, kind of. I want to be able to, like, if I need a red fabric for something, like I can look up here and know where the red is. And like in a dream world, I would have clear like containers for these shelves so that I could put all of my red scrap fabrics and all of my white scrap fabrics into those bins and then put them up there. But I don't want to buy new bins. And the reason that I went through that whole rant with you is because there's already so much stuff on this planet. And yes, I could click something and have it arrive here tomorrow and have like my whole to-do list in this room checked. The rant I just gave you is the reason I'm not going to do that. There's plenty of like plastic containers at thrift stores. They might not be the perfect size, but I will wait. I will wait until I find the perfect size. And it probably won't even take that long because thrift stores, especially in the US, are aplenty, okay? I'll probably just put them up on the shelf. What do we think about that? These are really cool, and I plan on making a matching set with them. Your family, and then just a baby deer. So cute. Yes, you want to get up here? Of course you do. Go ahead. I moved it. I knew that was gonna happen. Here's the overall situation in this whole room, right? Pretty much every time someone has come over in the last 8-9 months, I've been sewing. It's my obsession. I can do like small tasks. The thing about sewing is like the majority of what it takes to create a sewing project is actually not sewing at all. You're cutting, you're measuring, you're doing all kinds of things. And so I'm always here at my desk. My cutting mat is pretty much always here. And you guys saw what the setup was before we like started rearranging things. The issue issue is that pretty much every time someone comes over, if we're gonna do like a movie night, we've done multiple potluck nights. Some of my friends come over specifically to do craft nights. And so I'm always sitting here, and the only other place to really sit in this room is on this daybed. But usually there's more than just me and one other person. There's at minimum 3 people pretty much every time, unless it's just me and Madison. And that creates a weird dynamic in this room because there's no way for anyone to sit on this side of the room. And I really want just one more like seat in this room. And so I'm going to move all the stuff that's in this corner, and we're going to find one on Facebook Marketplace. That is my best friend when I am searching for very specific things. So I very specifically wanted an olive green velvet, like crushed velvet or some kind of texture that's not just regular upholstery, I guess, for this corner. And I found one on Facebook Marketplace. The guy said he would deliver it to me for free. So in order to prep for that coming tomorrow morning, that white shelf over there is full of camera equipment that I rarely use. You saw me organize the shelf over here, which is the stuff I use on a very regular basis. This is like, honestly, I don't even know. I need to go through that. But I don't want to tackle that tonight. I just want to move it. And I think I'm going to move it over to this part of the room, which is a little bit unfortunate because I don't think it's going to look great since we just did this whole beautiful gallery wall. Is this too weird to put on the gallery wall? I never know what to do with this, and it's definitely not the vibe for the gallery wall. But I don't know where to put it. I'll just put it on the camera shelf for now. So Madison told me that I've run out of honeydews for today, meaning I cannot request any more assistance. So I'm gonna try to move this by myself. Oh, it's actually really light, okay. Oh, this fit's gonna be tight. Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go, bitch. Y'all, I did not understand that this is what was happening. Apparently this guy runs a liquidation warehouse, so when people return stuff, he sells it. So we just got a brand new couch, or like seat for this corner over here, for like 1/10 of the cost, but it's literally in a box. I was not expecting that. Okay, let's set it up. Also, this is the biggest cushion I've ever seen. At first I was like, is this gonna be quite big enough for like this corner? Is it gonna feel like cozy like I want it to? Because I want it to feel like a reading corner. This is giving yes. This is giving yes. Oh my God, oh my God. Wait. Okay. Nice. Now I think we just slide this guy on there. At least the assembly was really intuitive. I don't think there are instructions. It's great like this too. This is great. Oh, it's good. We're good. Big floofy pillow. Amazing. Oh, yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. This is everything you could ever want. Well, since we started this video off with a comment from one of you, let's end this video off with a comment from one of you. This person asked for more DIY home decor stuff, but specifically when it comes to decorating, you don't have to constantly be scouring HomeGoods, Target, Amazon, or wherever else to hurry up and fill a space. As you can see, we did a lot of work over here, and this looks really good because it'll be the background of my videos, and it's important to me that what you guys are seeing when you watch me looks decent. But this is obviously not done, and I do not know at all what I'm going to do here or when I'm going to get to it, and that is okay. I think really my purpose on this channel these days is just to tell people, like, what you're seeing on the internet as people who are literally decorating their homes as their job. A lot of decor and fashion and beauty in general content that you see on the internet is coming from people whose job it is to do that thing. People who do home decor and home renovations for a living, it's their job to do that thing and then make content about it. We see the inside of so many people's homes because of the internet, so many more than we ever would in a natural state where we didn't exist with the internet, right? Like, think about how many different people's homes you go in a year. And I thought about this the other day and I was like, maybe a dozen at most. but you can see that many people's homes in minutes on the internet. And so I think when we see dozens of perfectly curated homes and they do it all at once and it all looks great, it makes us think that we need to do the same. And I just want this to serve as the message that tells you, you don't and you shouldn't, especially if you care about the planet. Do it slower, and I do think it will also come out a lot more your taste if you take your time. I don't expect for everyone to have blank walls for years, but I think for me, it would bother me more if I put up something that I bought at Target that I would just look at all the time and know that there was something better out there I could have done, or something that doesn't feel like me. I would rather this than that. The couch turned out perfect. This wall turned out perfect. Some of my fabrics being displayed on that shelf back there is going to inspire me throughout my journey of all the things I do in this room. This is my creative room for all intents and purposes. I create my videos in here. I create my sewing creations in here, and we've only upped the creativity vibes of this room, which I'm really happy with. So if you like this video and you felt inspired by it, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button and stick around. You can also hit the like button. You can also check out today's sponsor if you are in the market for a sustainable mattress that is honestly really comfortable. You can check out Birch Living at the top of the description. And remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. Bye, guys.